Hey everyone, I just got done with my Splinterlands TV stream where I was testing out Carnage Titan all 2 hours long, spamming him as much as I could, and I want to give you guys some of my initial thoughts on this new legendary airdrop, so stay tuned. Hello, hola, kamusta everybody, my name is Luke and I'm here to help Krills, the small investors, find games where they can play to earn, and today we are talking about Splinterlands, the new legendary airdrop. Finally here, we finally hit the 8 million packs and we could claim, if you saw my live stream though on Splinterlands TV, unfortunately again, another legendary airdrop where I did not get a single card. So RIP, we're gonna have to go to the secondary market if we want to get this bad boy. But what I did was rent a level 2 Carnage Titan so I could play all stream long on Splinterlands TV. So level 2, why I want it for level 2 is because you're going to be able to play this in silver. So most people can achieve this if they can get a leveled up quicks to level 2, or another one I have is Delwyn, I guess. So even though I'm saying this card is overpowered, right? That's the title of this video. Take it with a grain of salt because Dragon is one of the most powerful summoners that I own. I have a level 3 quicks and a level 7 Delwyn thanks to Steve. So my most powerful decks for gold and all that I'm playing at is mostly Dragon. So having this card is really important to me. I'm going to go buy it, but I'm not saying this card is right for everybody. So let's talk about it, give it some initial thoughts. At 11 mana, at level 1, so let's say you don't have leveled up Dragon Summoners, you're only getting double strike 2 melee damage. Now, this is a powerful reach monster, so I will say in higher mana battles, in silver, you don't get as many high mana battles as you do in gold, but let's say, you have battles that are 45 mana up to 99 mana in silver. It's still hard to fill up that amount of mana. It's not easy unless you have, really high mana cards like Chaos Dragon, other things like Robo Dragon Knight. A lot of players probably just don't have high mana cards in general. So adding 11 mana to your deck can be useful. Even at level 1, you're getting double strike with melee 2, so that's going to be 4 melee damage. Although with double strike, and 3 speed, you do have a chance to potentially miss on opponents. That was the one negative side for me. If they had a 5 speed card, well, you have a 20% chance to miss, and then you have another 20% chance to miss the next strike. So there was some issues missing here and there for me. There also is, of course, the counter when the other player was playing Thorns. Then it's like, if I do hit twice, I'm double damaging my Thorns back right at my Carnage Titan. He does have high shielding though, so he was able to live. A lot of times they did play and counter Thorns. Now, I think at level 2, that's what I'm really going to shoot for is, you get that extra 3rd melee. So now he's doing 6 damage. You power him up with cards that I was doing that have Inspire, like the Demented Shark, River Hellendale level 2, Silver Shield Knight. And this thing, at times, even at level 2, I was getting it to 5 melee damage and having it double strike. It was just blowing up their team and I was loving it. I was going crazy on stream, just really enjoying it. And so, it's pretty powerful. Level 3, of course, at gold with the shield can be a decent secondary tank. But for most of us as Krills, we're probably not going to get it to this level. So as far as price it is the most legendary monster that has been airdropped so far out of the Chaos Legion, passing things like, Bakjira. Grum used to be higher, now it's dropped to $10. So it's up over all these things, even Chaos Dragon. But we'll see if that continues because, some people probably still haven't claimed their airdropped cards. So a couple things I do when I want to see, should I buy this card or should I wait? Well, one, all Splinterland cards have been trending down a little bit. So my guess is that there's more opportunity that it goes down from here than it goes up. But again, it is a dragon card. Lots of people like dragon cards and it is, pretty strong of a card. So I will say that, even at $12.70, I think it's a good price. But again, what I look at is how many cards are out right now. Like for Carnage Titan, we can see how many people have probably claimed these cards. Total BCX so far is 12,857 have been claimed. Whereas something like Bakjira, you can see it was 16,900 because people have probably at this point claimed all their Bakjiras. Chaos Dragon was from the deck, so never mind on that. Uriel, though, again, 16,000. Grum, even higher, 25,000 cards were airdropped. So we don't know the exact total, but I would guess, if we minimize all these things and go back to the Chaos Dragon, I would expect it to be at least 16,000 probably BCX at some point. And something like Grum, if it's like that and we get that many out there, could be at a supply almost double than this right now. So there is definitely more supply to come. We don't know exactly how much. Another thing I look at is card bids here on Peak Monster. You can see there are how many people? 3 plus 4, 7, 12, and 18, 19 that are over $12. So we know that the price will at least stay over $12 for now until those 19 orders get filled. After that, you know, people are sitting more at the $11 range. So if people aren't buying them up continually over this $12 price, we could definitely see it fall under 12 as well. But we'll see if more demand starts coming out as people play with it and see if it's really as powerful as people think it is. So for me, I'm going to be shooting for this level 2 price, but hopefully I'm waiting to see if with some bids and with some time, maybe I can snatch it for more around that $30 to $33 mark and save a couple bucks. Of course, though, no one knows what happens with the market, so it could turn around and go even higher. I don't know. Make your own decisions on when you want to buy this thing, but that's just what I'm doing. All right, let's go over and look at a couple matches that I was playing. Again, I was mostly just spamming it anytime I could, so it wasn't like every situation it was the most OP. But you can see here, equal opportunity. What I did was paired it up with the life deck so I can get Silver Shield Knight. Carnage Titan can attack from anywhere. Boosted damage, double strike damage, especially in equal opportunity, is going to just shred through this backline. And luckily, I used -1 range with Quicks, which was a perfect counter to Jotun. So this is where I said this card is OP. Any card that can take down Jotun is one of the strongest strongest summoners in my books. I'm just like, okay, this card is actually pretty dang good. And you can see here why it's been so powerful. The opportunity with the double strike means that it can attack different monsters as it goes, and if it kills off one with one attack, then it just uses its double strike on the next monster, shreds through that whole team, and from that alone, Carnage Titan is going to finish off Jotun. Then again, in this rule set, melees can attack from anywhere, so even though it had reach, I decided to put it third so that it could survive longer. There, with the Demented Shark and the River Hellendale, you're going to see this thing get to 5 damage. Of course, again, I said the Thorns can counter it pretty heavily, so the thing from Chihuahua being in the front line does hurt it because you can see it can take double Thorn damage. But because this has such high shielding, it didn't even matter because you can see the shielding went down, but it's still surviving a long time. And even though they have a Carnage Titan with our leveled up, level 2, plus the 2 Inspires here, the 5 damage is just absolutely nutty here, and the whole team is going to go down just because of that 10 damage coming out per round, and I get a flawless victory with the Resurrect. All right, this third matchup had the Equalizer, which I wasn't very sure and confident that it was going to be a great card for here because usually 11 mana, you don't want to put that in Equalizer battles with lower mana because you want to get as many monsters out there as you can because they're all going to get the amount of health anyways with the max level card. However, here you can see I still wanted to try it, and I'm getting the double Inspire again with Hellendale and Demented Shark. And once again, you can see it bump up to 5 damage. And even though it's gonna take some Thorns here once again, as I said earlier, the extra armor makes it so it doesn't really matter. And throughout this team again, you can see if you can find ways to pair it up with Inspire, it just becomes so powerful. Now, if you don't have River Hellendale level 2 with the Inspire, that's fine. With the Demented Shark there, it still would have been 4 damage on my Carnage Titan there. And you can see, even with the 4 damage there, it's still pretty dang strong. So, is it really actually overpowered? I don't know. That may be a little far-fetched to say. But I think it is incredibly strong. It is incredibly powerful, even though it gets a couple misses here at the end. You can just see that it does so much damage. It can be a secondary tank that has enough shielding and HP even without the shield from level 3. So I'm finding it pretty useful for my dragon decks so far. Alright, and one more Jotun killer because you know we have to do it to him. Odd one's out. This time I have to put Carnage Titan in second place because he has the reach, and this time he can't reach from anywhere else. This time I don't even play quick, so they're getting the extra still range damage from their whole team that Jotun usually gets. But you can see how quickly with the Robo Dragon Knight and Carnage Titan that my front line can just do the damage. Of course, with Delwyn, I'm also getting some nice magic damage deals in there. But with the blast damage that Jotun does, the Carnage Titan, with how much HP and shielding it's having there, still has enough to really stay alive, even through all that blast damage, finish off a lot of their front line, and from there, we take down Jotun for not just the first time of the day, but for the second time of the day. Loving the Carnage Titan. Just loving it. So there you go. So there are some of my matches of Carnage Titan. Of course, there were a couple matches that I lost when I played him, but honestly, I did win a lot more with Carnage Titan, and I do have some great decks to pair it up with the Inspire or leveled up Dragon decks. I will test on my alt account eventually what it's like to have just the level 1 Carnage Titan in my silver deck. At that rate, is it as worth it? My guess is probably not as much, because low silver, you're not getting as many of those high mana battles. But as I said, anytime you get over 40 mana, it's hard to fill out enough cards when you're stuck with a silver deck that you're just renting at level 1. So in that sense, I think it could be really useful just as a secondary tank. Can absorb blast, can, really just be a secondary monster that if your first tank falls, will just take the next place and still have enough HP and shielding to survive at least a little bit. So high mana battles gets a thumbs up. If you can pair it with Inspire, thumbs up. If you can get a level 2 with extra damage, thumbs up for me. Is it the most overpowered card of all time? No, but I'm definitely enjoying it so far. I want to hear your guys' thoughts though. How has your experience been playing with him, whether you own him or rent him? I want to know, what does the community think about this card? How are you guys using it? What are some fun matchups that you've seen? And we'll talk in the comments or the Discord of the Krill Crew. See you guys there.